Hello, and welcome back to another Elevated Marketing Chat. My name is Jennifer Denny. I am the owner of Elevated Marketing Solutions. We are a digital marketing agency here based in Indianapolis, but we handle clients all over. If you want to learn more about us, certainly visit our website at elevatedmarketing.solutions. All right, let's do our topic. And again, we are talking about content marketing and all the different types of content marketing. Uh, when you think about content marketing, you might not really kind of realize all the different choices that marketers have in order to get their messaging out. There's written content, there's video content, there's audio content, and then there's images and graphics. And at the end of the day, there's only so much time. And so, it kind of becomes this battle of, hey, Jennifer, like, what type of content should we use in order to be the most effective? So let's first kind of break down all the different types of content that you could, in fact, be doing. So, written content, when we're talking about that, we're really talking about blog content, structure pages, white papers, email newsletters, infographics, product and service reviews, all that different type of written content has a time and a place. Now, video content, when we're talking about that, we're really talking about, TikTok videos, like these short form videos, Reels, YouTube Shorts. We're talking about video that you just record and upload, to social media. We're talking about, live videos and, should I be doing live videos or should I be doing YouTube videos? Uh, Audio, we're talking about podcasting, and we're talking about Clubhouse and LinkedIn audio events and Twitter Spaces. Lots of different ways to kind of create different types of audio content. We're even talking about audiograms. So, if you've ever seen on a social media post of ours where we have this little, tidbit of audio that's coming from some of our podcast, that's definitely some, audio that we use. And then last, there are imagery or graphics. So a lot of times on your social media, you might be using just still images and graphics of different tips that get pulled from your written content, your audio, your video. And, there's a time and place when you need to kind of mix that in as well. And then obviously on your website, there's different graphics that really help tell the story. And, it's making a choice of, well, should this be an infographic? Um, when it comes to different types of marketing, I think the first question you should really start with on deciding what type of marketing you should do is, what are you most comfortable with? If you're trying to do the content yourself, start with the type of content that you are most comfortable with. So if it's talking, then start with a podcast. If it's video and turning on the camera, great. Then turn on the camera and start to create some video content. And I know for a lot of DIYers out there, it's kind of a, well, I don't know, and I'm not sure what to do. And, you just don't creatively know, what you should talk about. And, what are the tips that you can do to create that best type of content? This is where you might want to think about taking on a marketing agency to help you work with what type of marketing is going to be best for you and giving you some tips on creating that content. Or you can have the marketing agency rate take that content on for you. So if you're not good at writing, hire a marketing agency. Get that off your plate. quit wasting your time if it's not something that you're strong at. But if there are things that you're strong at and you're wanting to do a little DIY, by all means, you can certainly do some DIY, but sometimes it's best just to leave it up to the experts. The other thing I think you have to consider when it comes to, what type of content that you should use, you really need to think about the reach of the content and how the algorithms play in. So currently right now, it's very, very popular to create reels and TikToks and, the short form content because we're getting a lot of reach from the platforms because the algorithms are playing up and they understand that the market wants, these short form videos. And so I think you have to think about that in order to use the best type of content for the right time. But that doesn't mean that taking that same content is not a good idea to also put in podcasts, also put in written format. And the reason I say that is because you also have to make content for your users and how they like to absorb content. Not everybody is on Reels and TikTok and scrolling all of that, but they might be an avid podcast listener. They might like to read content. They might like to watch videos that you have, so they might follow your YouTube channel. And there's just so many different platforms out there and ways to get your marketing message out that you shouldn't limit yourself to just creating content for one form or the other. In reality, you should take a topic and try to make it in all formats so that you can really help that end user, really, speaking to who is going to buy your product and service in the type of content that is going to help them. At the end of the day, we are not selling to algorithms. We are selling to people, and people like to absorb content in different formats. So that's why it's kind of important to create it in different formats. Along with that, you need to consistently be creating content. You can't just get on this, oh, I'm just going to create a little content here and a little content there. You need to be consistently posting and posting lots of different content in order to really hit that, you know, person that you're trying to speak to and really showcase what your knowledge is on a product or service or how you can help them. So it's important to consistently create it. It's also important to create content in several different formats because of the different types of marketing that can work to build a funnel. So, for instance, if you're making blog content, which you might do for search engines and making sure you show up when people are searching, you also can reuse that blog content in your email marketing and make sure you hit your list with the type of content you're doing there. You can then also use that same content when you're doing organic social media posting and make sure you get that there. If you're creating reels, get those reels into YouTube Shorts and get it onto your website. Put it in blog posts that you've already written about those top topics. If you're creating podcasts, make sure you get that into a audiogram and a shorter way to kind of, for someone that doesn't want to listen to the entire podcast, they can just get those little tidbits of information, and it makes great content for your organic social media. And then, of course, I already mentioned it, but creating written content is really going to help search engines more than anything. I mean, we've seen recently where videos have been added to the search console, and so we know that YouTube videos definitely show up in search engines, and so creating YouTube videos will help you with your SEO, but you're also creating all these videos for this short-term platforms. Go create the video and put it on YouTube Shorts too, and then add that to the website so that you can make sure that you really own your content. No matter what content you are creating on all these different platforms, make sure that that content lives on your website so that you can really help take someone down the funnel, and you're not just creating content that will be short-lived and not have the long-term value. Sometimes I see people creating content and they're just making it for one-off social media content, and they're not reusing that content on their website as well. So make sure you do that. There is a power in this consistency, though, of constantly creating new content. So no matter what type of content that you're creating, make sure that you're consistently creating it in written, video, audio, and in your graphics. So that is it for today. Certainly a lot to think about when it comes to different types of content. We certainly put out a lot of different content as well. Follow us on our social media channels, sign up for our newsletter, follow us on YouTube, TikTok, wherever you get it. We're out here, putting out content consistently so that you can get the information that you need. So that's it. Take care. I hope everybody has a happy holidays. We will be back in January, and we are going to try something different with our elevated marketing chats. So stay tuned to our social media channels to see our new format. All right, take